Good morning, guys. Um, Welcome to my channel. Um, Sorry, I'm sitting by the river down at the park, and I just heard like a turtle jump in the water or something. Anyway, I wanted to get on this here and make this video. Um, as you guys know, I'm going through some huge personal changes within myself, and it is effectively causing all of the relationships in my life to change as well. Not like the people, but the dynamics of um, how we interact with each other. And I think that's a very important thing to bring up, because a lot of people, you see all these things like, oh, you've changed and you're not the same person you used to be. Well, yeah, that's true. But what it boils down to is the person who is accusing you of that, they have not changed, which is why you're so changed in their eyes. As we grow older, and this goes for every single person in your life, your sisters, your brothers, your mom, your dad, every single fucking person. As you age and as you come into your own self, you have to change the dynamic of those relationships. Um, me and my little sister, I'm going to use me and her for an example, because she's only a year and a half younger than me, but we grew up really tight. Like, we are still really close. It was, for the longest time, it was, the dynamic in our relationship was, I was the protector. I was the one always jumping in front of anything awful happening and not letting it hit her. So she developed this negative connotation of me in her mind. She developed these behaviors that she was reacting to me in a way that was all her own doing. Of course, it had something to do with me, but I wasn't putting off these vibes. I wasn't, you know, there was, okay, so what I'm talking about is, so my little sister, she had these ideas of me that, like, she couldn't stand up to me. She could not, you know, be her own person when I'm around her, and that, like, she always had to cater to me, like, with her time when I was with her. And I didn't like that, but I didn't know, because she never told me. I never knew that that's how she felt. Well, when all of this, came to a head, like this in December, when we started not talking, when we stopped talking, she had told me this, and at first I was a little pissed off. To be honest, I was really mad, because I was like, how could you even interpret me and our relationship that way? But who was I to be mad at how she was interpreting our relationship? That's not fair. That's like me trying to control how she sees the world and how she sees me, ultimately, which you can't do that to people. And so it took my ass 9 months, 9 fucking months, almost 10 months, to be like, you know what? I apologize if I ever made you feel that way. And, from here on out, I hope that you will be honest with me and tell me how you really feel. And since we have started talking again, and we've only been talking for, what, 2 weeks now, maybe less. Since we start talking again, our dynamic has shifted. Like, she now is able to freely talk to me, which I've always thought she felt, but obviously she didn't. The dynamic with my best friend changed. For a long time, I don't know if you guys know anything about trauma bonds. It's where you bond to a person because you've gone through the same types of trauma, or the same trauma. Me and my best friend, we went through the same traumas, because we've been best friends since we were, I don't know, I was in 3rd grade when I met her. And we're in our 30s now. So we've been friends for over 20 years. And, she's younger than me too. So she had this idea of me as well. She had the idea that I was, confident, and was able to just, take life, head on, and do all these things. And Like she didn't want to upset me and things like that. And I guess, they develop, what I've figured out is they develop these ideas in their mind about me because of our trauma bond, because of the crap that we experienced together as children. Because when we were kids, they never, like I said with my sister, I was always the one jumping in front of the danger. And, they always thought it was because of confidence and that I wasn't scared. And and I told them, I said, to be honest with you guys, I was terrified and this is true, every freaking time I stood up to danger, or like I beat somebody up for them, or, I, helped them do something, or, whatever. It was just anything that they needed of me. I was just gung ho, let's go, let's fight, let's whatever, I'm down. And I guess that, that is what cemented in their minds for a long time that they couldn't stand up to me because they were scared of me, because they seen me jumping in front of all this danger as children, as when we were younger, up until we were, I don't know, 15, because I got locked up, of course. I was just turned 14, but so they had all these, ideas about me that were false, but nevertheless, they were their ideas and they're valid, like anyone's idea and opinion of you, not really opinion, but idea, can be valid depending on their relationship with you. And so, as I started to change within, and as I started to look at myself and work on my shadow, which is like the dark parts of myself that I don't like, that I kept just trying to suppress with drugs or sex or whatever it was. Like I was just trying to suppress. I didn't want to feel anything. Like I've been numbed out for the past like 10 years, if it wasn't with drugs, it was with, like antidepressants or anti whatever medications, sleeping pills. It was just anything I could fucking like get my hands on to not look at my own face and be like, you know what, you're the problem. I would do it. I was doing it. And that's what a lot of people do. They operate out of a place of, they don't want to accept that they are they're the masters of their own destruction. And that's what I want to convey here is, if you have a lot of turmoil in your life, and if you have a lot of broken relationships, and you have a lot of just problems in general, I implore you, please look at yourself. And I'm not saying it's a negative thing. This is not negative, you guys. This is the biggest positive you could do for yourself. And I'm speaking from experience, because yes, I'm shedding all these old layers and getting rid of people and things and stuff and ideas about myself of who I thought I should be. It's all for the greater good, because nature abhors a vacuum. If there's a vacuum, nature is going to fill it with something. And if you are focused on the positive, not saying everything in life is all love and light and all that stuff, because that's just not true. Obviously, shit gets dark, and we have dark feelings and we have dark emotions, but you can use that darkness for your own good and for the good of people around you. Because when you start to change who you are fundamentally, like the ideas you have about yourself, the this is the way I should be, this is what people expect of me type ideas, this is what I should be doing because blah 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 and blah 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 said it, or this person's doing it and that person's doing it. It's just, a lot of times we go through life just with blinders on. We have blinders, and we're told our name is this, and our race is this, and our country is this, and this is what you should believe in, this is the God you should believe in, this is the, this is a leaf. Like, how you know this is a leaf? Like, you see what I mean? Like, everything that we think we know about ourselves, most of the time, is just things that have been given to us. Because, like, what if we would have been born into another country? It'd be a different God, it'd be a different name, it'd be a different skin color, it'd be a different race, it'd be different foods that you're supposed to like. So what I'm saying here is, really take the time to look at your beliefs and opinions, why you react the way you do, What could be the source of that reaction? Because most of the time, 9 times out of 10, when you have a severe reaction to something small, it's a big reaction, or it's a small reaction. It's kind of like putting a band-aid, over a stab wound or some shit. It just doesn't work like that. But when you start to change who you are, and everything, I'm telling you, everything in your life changes. It gives the people in your life room to grow as well. It gives them permission to drop off who they thought they should be, and who who they're trying to be for society's sake, because I don't think that's why we're here. I don't think that's why a lot of us are feeling these feelings at the moment, and have been for quite some time. I've been feeling like this for the past 5 years. So I just have not put anything into action, because this whole time I've been trying to figure out, at first it started with the love light. I was just like, oh, if you just never focus on negative things, you will only attract positive. But that's impossible. How can you really expect to go throughout your day or throughout your life and not think something negative? That's just impossible, So that whole light worker stuff I can get behind it if the person has done their shadow work, if they have looked, into their self and figured out why they are who they are, and if they even know who they are, because 9 times out of 10 we don't even realize that we don't know ourselves, which is why a lot of us feel. I feel that it's why a lot of us feel so anxious and like we don't belong. It's because we don't know who we are. Beneath all of the crap that society has given us, we don't really know who we are, and it's causing a lot of problems. So I just wanted to make this video and just tell you guys what's been going on in my mind the past couple days. I go to Alaska next week, so that's going to be fun, and I'll make some videos up there, because I don't have any videos from Alaska. But I love you guys, and if this message reached you and you felt any type of way about it, please look into shadow work. If you have questions, I can help you. I'm open to anything and anybody. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys are having a good one. Bye.